What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another DXU video. What we're going to talk about today is the bulls and the bears. What is the bulls and the bears? Okay, the bulls and the bears. What we're talking about here, guys, is direction of the market. Okay, direction of the market. Okay, now, this will be a very quick, very quick recording. Excuse me. But I definitely want you to know this is very, very important for you beginners, for you newbies, you green thumbers. Very important for you guys to understand what bulls and bears are. Okay, so in any financial market, not just Forex market, any financial market, when you're looking at a graph, okay, remember what is going on the graph. The graph is basically price. Doesn't matter if you're looking at a stock, the Forex market, futures, whatever you're looking at, the graph. We're talking about price. So if the graph goes up, it is considered bullish. Okay, if it's going up, if it's in an uptrend, it is considered bullish. Now, on the other end, if price goes down, it is considered bearish. Okay, if price goes up, it's considered bullish. If price goes down, it is considered bearish. Okay. Now let's look at that. Actually, before we look at that on a chart, I'm going to give you another analogy to remember this. That'll help you remember this. We'll talk about the bull first. When a bull is protecting itself or it's attacking, how does it do so? Well, think of a bull in a bullfighting ring. When the matador has the red cape and he's swinging it around, when the bull charges him, what does he do? Well, he drops his horns down very low, okay? And when he strikes that matador, he strikes in an upward motion with his horns, right? He strikes in an upward motion. You might have seen it before, where a bull throws him up in the air, or at a bull riding, at a rodeo, and the clowns that try to distract the bull. When the bull catches one of them, what does he do? He scoops him up and throws him in the air, right? So always remember that. Bulls strike in an upward motion. Okay, bulls strike in an upward motion. Now, the bear, on the other hand, how does the bear attack or protect itself? Well, it stands up tall and broad, right? And then takes its front claws and it strikes in a downward motion. It strikes with a claw in a downward motion, right? So, bulls strike in an upward motion. Bears strike in a downward motion. Okay, very, very simple. Very, very simple analogy for you guys to remember and lock that in your head. Okay, now let's look at that on a chart. And here we have a bullish market, a bullish trend, or you might hear the bulls are controlling the market. Okay, that's what you see from here going up. Okay, from here going up, that is a bullish market. Okay, don't worry about what's going on over here, and don't worry about what's going on over here. When you clearly see an upward trend, that is a bullish market. That means the bulls are controlling the market. Now, what do I mean by the bulls? That just, remember, I believe it was the last video, okay? When we place a buy, what are we waiting to happen? We're waiting for the market to go up. So when you hear somebody say the bulls are controlling the market, that just means that the buyers are controlling the market, okay? The buyers are controlling the market. Now, while we're here on this chart, and let me point out really quick, if you look up here, you can see US dollar, Canadian dollar. Those are our two teams. Okay, we have the home team, US dollar, and we have the away team, Canadian dollar. Now, what is going on here? If you guys remember when I told you what is going on the chart, when it's going up, the home team is winning. Okay, so that means on this chart, what is going on? It means that the US dollar is getting more valuable than the Canadian dollar. Okay? The market really only goes two ways. It goes up and it goes down. Now, we do have what we call consolidation or ranging, and that's what this is here. Okay? Where you see it's kind of just staying between these two levels. Okay? That is what we call consolidation. But there's still upward movement and downward movement. It's just not going straight up. Okay, so This is a bullish market. Now, one thing I do want to point out, guys, okay, one thing I do want to point out, if this is the first time looking at a chart, it could look intimidating. But what I want you guys to understand is you don't need to be a mathematician. You don't need to be some crazy, you know, like physicist or data professional or anything like that. What's going on here? If you look at these red and green bars, okay, these individual red and green bars, okay, what those are is we call them candlesticks, and I'll go into what candlesticks are and break them down in another video. But what they are is they are candlesticks, okay, and all they do is they are telling a story. When they come together like this, they're telling a story. That's all they're doing. They're telling a story about the price rate between these two pairs. Okay, that's all they're doing. Each candle is telling, is saying something, and together they are telling a story. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, so this probably looks like gibberish to you because you don't know how to speak the language. So there's a language going on here, and you just don't know how to speak that language. So think of it this way. If I were to give you a book that was in a language that you don't speak, Russian, Spanish, what have you, German, and I gave it to you and told you to read it to me, and you open it up, you'd probably throw it in my face and say, get out of here. I can't read that language. But if I taught you how to read that language for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and I gave you that book again, what is going to happen? Okay? Well, instinctively, your brain is going to process those words without you even thinking about it. Your subconscious mind is going to start reading that book, right? That's the same thing here on this chart, okay? There is a language being spoken here, and all we do is we teach you how to read the language. Once you learn how to teach the language of what is going on here with these candlesticks, you truly will start be able to read what is going on. Okay, so don't let it intimidate you. I promise you, you will quickly start to understand the language that they are speaking. Okay, remember, the hard part is implementing this skill set, not learning it. Okay, and we're here to help you along the way. So that is a bullish market. Let's look at a bearish market. Okay, here we have a bearish market. Okay, we had a bullish market over here, and then it went right into a bearish market. So what's going on here? Well, we have our two pairs up here, US dollar and Japanese yen, home team, away team. Here we have the the home team, US dollar winning. And then the Japanese yen said, not in my house, and came back and started coming back. Okay, so what I want you to do is think of a graph as the scoreboard of the game between these two teams. That's all this is. That's all a graph is the scoreboard of this game between these two teams. Okay, at first the home team was winning, and then the away team started coming back. Okay, now I said that there's a language here in these candlesticks. If you see how each one of these candlesticks is different sizes, different lengths, they have these lines at the tops and at the bottom. Each one is different, okay? And when you see certain candlestick patterns, it will give you an idea of what the market might possibly do. Not always, but what it might possibly do in the very near future. And that's what we do. We teach you how to read candlestick patterns. We teach you how to read price action. We teach you how to understand what the trend is going to do, okay? But we'll learn about that later on. So that's pretty much it, guys, for bulls and the bears, direction of the market. Just to recap, let's do it. Bullish, when we are looking at a bullish market, we're looking at a bullish market. That is an uptrend. That means the buyers are controlling the market. When we are looking at a bearish market, that means the sellers are controlling the market. Okay, guys? All right. Take care, and we will see you on the next video.